Excellent.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. My name is Noah Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adafruit. Join me every week. It's my brother Pedro. This week he's back.
Good morning, everybody. Pedro has Creative Tech at Adafruit, and every week we're here to share 3D printed projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
That is right. This is the show we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make inspirational projects. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. It is episode 468. Today is recorded on Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025. We're almost done with this month. It's going by pretty quick, if you ask me. Pedro's back. He's recovering. He's around 90%. And
thank you for holding up the helm last week.
no problem.
Scrolled down. I was like, oh, man, he's going live. Like, oh, no. Am I really sick? Yes, I had the
you
flu.
were very sick. Yeah, I had the flu. Which is going around, so everybody be careful out there.
My head felt like it was going to explode.
You had fever dreams. Those are the worst. All right. We're hanging out in the Adafruit Discord server. So folks want to join us throughout the show live, you can do so by joining Adafruit Discord. Discord.gg/Adafruit is the invite code. I'll take a couple of moments for folks to join in. We're also streaming on all the networks: Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, and X. Hello, everybody in the chats. We're hanging out here. Big shout outs to squid.jpg, Aaron, hello. Duester, hanging out. And Ortega on YouTube, hello from Argentina. Alicia saying hello. And thanks for joining us, folks. We got some project updates. This week was MLK on Monday, which is a good time for us to take a little bit off. I had to shovel cars out. I was a little exhausted after that, but hey, we're here this week. We're working on projects. Me and Pedro are working on 2 different projects. We've got a lot of new CAD files, and we're working on getting more SLA 3D printed cases in the shop. So let's go ahead and jump into adafruit.com/free. Pay some bills with these freebies. We still got freebies going on. We have 3 different tiers. The more money you spend, the more free things you'll get. Starting off with orders at $99 or more, you're going to get a free PCB coaster with a golden Adafruit logo. If your order is $149 or more, you'll get the PCB plus KB2040, which is actually powering this project. And at the top tier at $199 or more, you'll get free UPS ground shipping for continental US only, plus the KB2040 and the PCB coaster. All of these get automatically added to your cart at checkout. While you're there, please use our coupon code OLED menu. Will get you 10% off your order. And we'll have another coupon later tonight during Ask an Engineer. There we go. All right. Hanging out. Okay. What's that?
Just laughing at the comments on the YouTubes.
Yeah. What do we got?
Seeing the star date 74604.2.
Very good. All right. I guess I'll start off. Still working on our motorized turntable using the TMC2209. This is the update. Let's see if I can get that in there. So huge shout out to Liz Clark for putting together the code. Again, this is a motorized turntable using the stepper motor and the new TMC2209 step driver. It's being powered by KB2040. We got a rotary encoder for navigating. We got an OLED screen. This is a 1.3-inch OLED screen connected through I2C STEMMA QT. So shoot shout out to Liz putting together UI. So now we can choose different elements in the menu on the OLED menu. So the first item is on off. You get a little triangle there. You turn to go to the next thing. Direction. Do you want it to be counterclockwise or clockwise? Speed. You got 3 different speed levels with the little bars here to indicate the different speeds. So let's go ahead and turn it on. So you click to go into the thing. And once you're in the item, you can scroll to turn it on. So you see it says on up here. It's using a display IO text. So it's a custom font there. You can change that if you'd like. And then a bitmap for the icon. So you can switch it on and off. So you can see it's turning on and off as it's rotating. To go out of the menu, you click it. And now you're back in the on off. So you can rotate to go to the next item. So here's direction. Let's click to go inside of it. You can see it's now counterclockwise. I can switch it to go to clockwise or back to counterclockwise. Click again to go out. Let's go to the speed. So if you click on it, you'll see that we're actually in the slow setting. And we have a little bit of UX here where there's 3 bars and the first one is filled and the other 2 let you know that you have up to 2 different options. So here's medium. You can see it's cranking up a little bit faster. And at the top speed here, it's cranking there at fast. And you can see the label also updates to being fast. And you can keep rotating to go between, or you can go backwards. And you can see the bitmap is changing along with the title there. And you can see the speed changing on the stepper motor. So really smooth and really quiet because it's using the Trinamic TMC2209 stepper driver, which is excellent for this project. And this is great. I'm really liking this. I'm gonna leave it on medium. Click, it goes back to speed. You can see it retains that. And then on and off. What's cool about it is when you want to turn it off, it's just using the enable pin that's built in to the driver so that you can rotate it freely, which kind of releases the motor. So it's not holding it. It's not draining power. So it's really nice. It's really helpful if you want to adjust the thing and then turn it back on, turn it off, adjust it, turn it on. This is really great. So huge shout out to Liz for coming up with the code for it. And I put together the icons, but she did all the CircuitPython code. So yeah, that's we finally got it up and running. I'm working on documenting the guide. There's quite a bit of wire connections, but that's okay. So just kind of taking my time and making sure I got all the steps in there. Again, it's using a Lazy Susan that we ripped out of an IKEA Snuda, which is a turntable that they have. And I opted to print my own 3D printed top here because I just like this color. And the original one I have here, this is just the base, but it's like this solid piece of wood. And you can always swap it out if you want to use that. It's really big, so it doesn't really fit on my table. It's 15 inches. It's really big.
Wow.
And it's very thick. But I'll swap it out if I need something big. But for now, I like using this black because it gives a good contrast, especially if your thing is white, like these cases are. But yeah, that's what we're working on. Give us some time. We'll have it released next Wednesday, I think, along with a video and the code and everything. CAD files and everything will be open. So yeah.
Smooth.
Yeah, pretty nice. And I'll be, of course, using it in videos going forward because it just helps show off stuff in motion and the angles of everything. So yeah. Thank you for the comment, Ortega. Lovely project. We got a question here. Have we considered making it compatible with ESP Home? No, not really.
I think the use case for that would, it's
Yeah,
like rotating something that's in the house, maybe.
Oh, that'd be a different project.
I could see that. Yeah. Oh, the blinds. Yeah.
Yeah, like pulling up blinds and stuff. Yeah, if you have the style of blinds, that could be a good use for it. And then you'd have a little controller box or something to make something turn. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, something like that is on the list. Brent has requested that.
Yep.
Like a blind opener.
Oh, Rick H on YouTube saying this would be good for scanning. So the Creality has a scanner. It's called the Ferret Pro. And it would be great for scanning something. Yeah. So you put your object here and your scanner, imagine is the camera here, and you would be able to scan it. Yeah. Yeah. I remember the MakerBot digitizer had a built-in turntable. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it would scan using lasers. A small retail display shop. Yeah, it would help you turn it on and off daily. Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Taith on Twitch is saying that something that would turn to your face like the speakers so that you know where to face you. Good idea.
That's fun. That's a good idea. Yeah. Cool. Turn it off for now.
Very awesome. Yeah, I looked at my local IKEA. They did not have any of the turntables.
Yeah.
You're specifically using the bearings, right? That are.
Yep. It has a built-in ball bearing Lazy Susan mechanism, swivel plate. It has mounting holes and the two pieces with built-in ball bearings. They can't really be disassembled. But I did end up like putting some lubricant, so it was a little bit more smooth. Yeah.
Cool. I guess jump over to prototyping and sort of segue to the same IKEA type hacks, right?
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to add some more stuff. PT has been going on a tear on doing all the public domain stuff involving Mickey, Steamboat Mickey specifically, and watch with the qualia display that, gosh, I forgot his name. Tim's been working on. Super cool. Yeah. And he was like, oh, let's do some printing stuff too with it. Specifically the staying with the IKEA hacks. You saw this, was it Sunday morning?
Yeah, I could pull up the...
Makes like some Mickey inspired home decor. And you saw this coat hanger with like some Mickey gloves and such. And we wanted to recreate some like hangers for that. So he had the idea of coming up with like the helm and like icons that could be used as the hooks for that. So super simple one that he wanted to do for that, using the IKEA hooks. Super simple, just like little icons that you could use to, you know, have sort of exploit that. It is now in the public domain. So that's a super simple one. And then the other one, it's a bit more cooler, I think, in terms of electronics. Lamar saw this really cool toddler timer on Hackaday, I believe, and wanted to recreate it in CircuitPython with STEMMA QT connections for it. So essentially it would be like a toddler timer. And this is something that's so relevant. The kids, especially Declan, so it's like, oh, 30 minutes, is 30 minutes up yet? And we would specify, you know, each star would be like, you know, 5-minute increments. So he could sort of count down how long something takes. One of the top things is like, oh, he's always asking, is that print done? So I'm always like, oh no, in 30 minutes, in 30 minutes. Is it 30 minutes yet? Or, you know, when we're cooking, he's like, oh, is 10 minutes up yet? So we could use this as a nice little indicator for a toddler to sort of figure out when 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 30 minutes is up. So electronics is going to include the STEMMA QT little OLED display, rotary encoder to set how long time is going to be. And then the little indicators would be these translucent stars, Adafruit stars, so we can visually see how long time is taking. So to, great for ADHD kids, yes. So we take a look on the inside, super simple parts. It's just a low density NeoPixel strip that is highlighting how long the countdown is going to take. We have the STEMMA QT rotary encoder on the inside there. The display, the way that is mounted and then disconnected again, STEMMA QT, everything is chained together for easy assembly with a QT Py 32S2 to drive everything. And yeah, nice little simple way to create a toddler timer visually. And
Yeah.
Specifically for this show, we were taking a look at how we're doing the dual extrusion for this with the bamboo printer. Usually we were used to using the Cura slicer for setting things up like that. And I think Noah, you wanted to see how this was set up. So we were inside of Bamboo Studio. If you want to jump into that.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
How simple it is actually to create the to paint the faces to differentiate what filament color is being assigned to what geometry when we're printing this out. So we want to jump into Bamboo Studio. I do not have installed it on this computer, but no, you got it loaded.
No problem. Yeah. So I got it here.
And it's super simple to set up. We're basically just using the paint bucket tool that allows you to tell what face is what color.
Yep.
So we import the STL.
Yep. So I got the STL brought in, and I'm just going to go ahead and rotate it. Let's do 180 on the X so that it's facing the right way. So you got these little indentations here, and all you got to do is click on the paint bucket tool, which also got a hotkey, and you want to add a filament here if you haven't yet, and you can select between them. So I have this second one here. It's yellow, but you can change it to whatever color. And then your tool type, it'll default a circle, but I put it on fill. And now, as you select or roll over on your cursor the different faces, you can just click it and it'll fill it in. So I'm filling in all the little Adafruit stars. I'll rotate around to the bottom and then select the bottom stars here. And that's it. Now I can exit out of here. And now you can see the slicer has already added the tower. And I could change the color here. If I had my printer turned on, it would show me the AMS. And I'd be able to select the different colors that I have loaded. Right now I don't have the printer on, but at least I can set this model up. And that's how easy it is. Normally I would have it like different objects, but this is really easy to do. If you export your model and it's just like a single body, you can select all the different faces that you want using the fill tool and the paint bucket. This is how quick and easy it is. So now I can slice it and see how it turns up. And there's your purge tower. It's only a few layers because it's, about 1 millimeter or 2 thick. And because it's indented on the first layer, we'll probably move it down by 1 millimeter. And that way we can catch it on the first layer. So just change that to 23. And we're going to try to experiment with what's the bamboo file so that folks won't have to do this. But it's just a good little refresher. Yeah, the studio file, bamboo studio file. We'll probably start exporting those out for these type of models that need a little bit. And then you can see the supports are already set up. And that's really cool because like when I download something from Maker World, it'll have all the colors and the all the slice settings and stuff will be there for you, which we really haven't been able to do. But we'll offer it, I think, as an extra file. So there you go. That's how easy it is to kind of change and add colors to a kind of a solid model, really. And if folks want, you could, of course, grab the step file, the fusion file, and kind of create your own shapes and stuff too. But yeah, this is really cool. You can still see my screen, right?
Yes.
Good. Yep. And that's pretty much it. That's a quick little how to use the paint bucket, in Bamboo Studio.
Yeah, there was many more steps. And Cura for doing this, like on the Ultimakers, we'd have to export every single star and then do a merge to center.
Right. Cool.
Just the printing alone from that takes for way longer than it needs to. I think this takes like 1.5 hours, which still getting used to how fast that is. This would have been easily 4 hours on any of the other printers.
Yeah, it says 1 hour 24 minutes to print that, which is wow, because this thing is a big part. It takes up almost the full length of the bed. Of course, you could also rotate it at 45 degrees if you want.
Oh yeah, to
more
fit a little
length.
bit more, which is exactly what I did,
I
because I
did it.
didn't think it would even fit on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's enough space on there for that and more. The precision too that we're getting out of here, like we were laughing earlier, the standoffs, you usually have to put like all these fillets on the bottom because
Yeah.
the way that it thinks print in Cura or even in Slicer, they always pop right off, so we always have to account for fillets being on the bottom PCB to make sure that nothing else runs into that geometry. I don't need to do that here. Parts come out nice and strong, fast.
Another thing I like to do is like the bottom surface pattern. You can change it to, concentric or like this fun spiral shape, which is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had a lot of fun with that, especially with the turntable. Like I made it the spiral, and you can do these really cool. Look at how cool that looks, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so cool. Like I don't think you can do that in Cura.
I think you can. It's just that it just takes longer.
Oh, yeah.
And,
So it's cool that you can change the pattern. I don't know, just the kind of little interesting thing that makes your first layer like really beautiful.
Just have more time to play around with.
Yeah, I think that's really cool.
What I would call artistic settings for this. You have more time to design.
Yeah.
Focus more on design type stuff.
Right. Yeah. Cool. Good tips.
More polish.
Yeah. So there you go. Visual timer.
Visual timer.
Another fun NeoPixel project.
Yep, we got Liz doing some excellent on the code, the logic for it, the way that it works, and the menu system for the OLED. She's working on that, so
yeah,
should be I think the week after.
Yeah, the week after.
I've not shown Declan this because he's always like, "Is it done yet? Is it done yet?"
Yeah.
Especially something that will let him know how long things are going to take. He's always asking those questions, so he is going to be quite excited for that.
Yeah, as a countdown timer for like reading, like it's reading block, like 30 minutes of reading, you hit start.
Excellent.
Or you get an hour of iPad screen time, and then when it runs out, there's no more lights.
Yeah.
So that's a really cool idea too. So all sorts of different use cases with this one device, and all Circuit Python. Cool.
So reading the comments, yeah.
Yep. Are we on Discord?
Where is this coming from? I think YouTube. See, Wester saying, the talk about the firmware printers for the Bamboo.
Yeah, Bamboo's pretty open to the community. So if folks, don't like it, I think they'll change.
You know what? I don't see people who are running businesses off selling excellent little multi-material designs having any complaints about that. It's always people that, firmware and open source is, they're hurrah, and they're not actually, running businesses or depending on stuff like this for.
Yeah, they had an open
nothing
firmware
that ever enters.
Yeah, there was an open firmware. It reminds me of like the iPhone jailbreaking days back like 10 years ago, whatever it was. And the things just get better over time.
Yeah, we're done with.
We'll see what happens, but it's not that important for us to have an open firmware with our printer.
No, even Arduino is closed source. Prusa is closed. Like we're past the point of caring about tinkering the printer when we want to just get projects that are open source out. We release all these designs for free, so if your microwave is an open source, I think we're past that. Us specifically, we're not advocating for that. Our boards are all open source, so
I think about like my Cricut vinyl cutter, like that's closed. The software, has to be online.
We've done projects with
you just kind of get over it.
It's like we release all the designs, like.
Yeah, I think the main thing that Bamboo is just trying to make sure it's secure, because like it's got to be secure. since it's on the cloud and you can access your printer.
We're not
Having
making
open firmware
weapons. We're not
allows
making illegal
things.
stuff. So it's like that doesn't.
Yeah.
We're making.
Remember when the drones were open
educational
source and then DJI, they closed it because they needed to make sure that it was locked down so that you can't be flying around in airports.
Yeah, and look what happened during the fires. You have drones slamming in airplanes.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what's the deal. Take it with a kind of grain of salt. I mean, if you want to voice your concern, you can let them know. Cool. And that's been our our open source discussion.
Yeah, we're everything we make is we give it away. So
yeah, and that's all you can do. Just try to release what you can. Before we would only release like a Fusion 360, but we've for years now been releasing a step file, which is open to most CAD programs like SolidWorks and Onshape, and those aren't open source really. FreeCAD is a great one, but they support step.
Yep.
Oh, Rick is saying that the Cricut relented when a class action lawsuit was threatened. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, as long as they don't try
putting. Yeah, saying that they had 3
Cricut machines behind the paywall. Yeah. That's when there's problems.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. All right. Since we're on prototyping, I wanted to talk about a case that's going to be in the shop, I think, in the next couple weeks. One of the recommendations on our video was to make a case for the Pico 2, the Pico 2W, and the Pico. They all have kind of the same footprint. So this is that lovely dev board that changed the dev board game by making a $5 dev board back in 2020, right? And we thought we'd make a 3D printed case for it. So this is a 2-piece snap fit case. It's got our mounting tabs, access to the micro USB, and the onboard button here. That's the boot button that can be used for whatever. And then
this already looks like an SLA case.
It does, doesn't it? This is printed on the bamboo carbon. So it looks great, and the tolerances are pretty much the same. So you have these
better than what they can do. I gotta keep pointing that out.
Yeah, I mean, they can do really good. Where's the logo? Little logos and stuff. Like you can get really good logos from the SLA.
Yeah.
That you kind of can't do here, but that's all good. I'm testing it out. We got these. Lamar wanted the ability to mount STEMMA QT boards to the top here, so you can have wires pass through these slots or use them as mounting slots, which is nice. And that's pretty much it. So we're going to hopefully stock this in the coming weeks once we get them on order. So yeah, the Pico 2, and then the Pico W, the Pico 2W, all 4 of them fit here, and then you have this little edge here so you can like open it out if you want to. But yeah, it's really slim, pretty small, yeah, that's the case. And then one I got back from JLC PCB is this Feather DVI. This is the Feather RP2040. So it has USB-C, it's got reset and boot, STEMMA QT, a little light up divot here for the onboard NeoPixel, and then of course the DVI, which is a HDMI compatible connector there for doing DVI stuff. And then you can get your finger under there. Snap fits, no screws needed. You got your nubbins there so that it lines up with the board nicely. So we'll be carrying this one in the store with the same thing in a couple weeks. Same mounting tabs, M3 sized. And yeah, that seems to be our trend, is to have these little mounting tabs, snap fit, buttons. And yeah, so this one just got back from JLC PCB. Again, it's the resin, white resin, and this is the prototype I'm working on for the Pico. So that's what we got going on.
Is that the 6060 or the 96?
It's resin? The 6060 resin. Yeah, same resin that we've been using for the other cases. Yeah. Are the STLs for the Pico case available? Not yet. I just finished this yesterday, so I'll put them up somewhere. Probably our GitHub repo, which is a segue to shop talk kind of thing. Was it Tuesday? I think it was either Friday or Tuesday. I had a backlog of CAD stuff to put out. So if you go to our, sorry, I'm playing around with our screens here. I had a backlog of CAD parts I needed to put up on our Adafruit GitHub, CAD parts GitHub repo. So if you go to the commits, you can see all the PCBs that I pushed out. The TMC2209 driver, the BQ185, the stepper motor, the A4988, the feather, RP2048 logger, the USB-C vertical breakout, the Pi cowbell camera, the Pi cowbell DVI adapter, the feather ESP32S3 TFT, all of those I needed to bring out. And then we got one from the community here, the Joy-Con thumbstick. So huge shout out to Kevin for posting up their 3D model. I went ahead and put it on our GitHub and made sure to credit Kevin. And then, of course, Kevin has it available on GrabCAD as a downloadable step file. And he posted on the Adafruit forum, letting us know. And it's a really cool part. I haven't actually used it, so it'd be cool to use that in a future project. But shout out to Kevin for posting up his part on GrabCAD, and I just went ahead and added it to the GitHub.
Super nice.
Yeah, and I'm still working on getting our Adafruit cases. So last week, Tyeth said a good idea would be to put our the files for our SLI cases on this GitHub because they have PIDs. So
yeah.
Right? Even you're getting like, I didn't think of that. So
Hmm.
I'll be working on that later this week. And I'll be sure to put up these files once we have a PID.
Beautiful.
Yeah, there you go. Very good. So that's my shop.
I was gonna say they're usually on when we make a guide and we're using that, like the
Right.
the Pi case one that is in the Learn guide. But yeah, it's a nice place to we can put an issue up against it.
Yeah. And I think if you just search for Pico case, I think yours comes up. I think you did one, right? Yeah. It was a little different. It had like
oh yeah, it's
some like slide switch built in stuff. So if you do want this, you can try this one out. It's got some button things too.
It should work if it's fitting on. It's the exact same footprint.
Pretty much, yeah. So all of them should fit if you want the style. I just want to do like the Adafruit kind of feather case style where it has the mounting tabs.
This one will fit a is it called a hat still?
Cowbell.
Cowbell, yes.
Yeah, this one's built to have a cowbell, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So you can grab that if you want. Just search for Pico case on the Adafruit Learn system. It's already there. And then I think the Feather DVI has a case. There it is, which we talked about last week because someone on the YouTube was asking, do you have a file? And it's like, no, let me search. And there it was. So it's pretty much the same file. So it's already out there.
Yeah, we had until the bamboo ones, because the tolerances were so different between the SLA ones. They were different files. Now they are the exact same file.
Right, which is great. Cool. All right. With that, I think we're ready to watch a time-lapse video.
Yes, this week's Timelapse Tuesday for Community Makes is a simple but very fun little robot hand using the little spring mechanism, 3D printed spring mechanism.
So cool. It prints in place.
Yay.
Has built-in like rails for the thing to slide. And so what a great like little all-in-one print that shows mechanical, what is it called? Like compliant kind of thing.
Yeah. The springs, all the springs have been coming off the bamboo. Like usually you lose tolerance or you lose like the springiness of it.
Sure, yeah.
And I always thought that was because of the PLA, but these have not. And actually, I think we printed these in like December, and the kids have had both of these for a while, and they are not broken. And you can see how thin the little springs for
It's
these
like
are.
one layer thin.
Yeah, it is. No, two layers.
Two
Usually
layers?
by then they lose their tolerance for it, like they get not as strong, because you can see that the spring is being used to pull it back, and they are still holding up very well. Like they just came off the bed.
Yeah, these are fun.
And now you can take a look at just how close the tolerance is for where the walls are.
Yeah.
It's so good. And this is just a 0.4 millimeter nozzle. So
0.2 layer height, I think.
0.2 layer height. Crealities, like I would have had to use a 0.2 nozzle to get something this detailed. And probably would have had to use like lubricant right in the walls to have it go as smooth.
Yeah. Looks like it's just regular PLA or glitter PLA.
Just glitter PLA, yeah.
Very cool. This is a design on Maker World by PatoPato Design. So they got a nice GIF here on their page, picking up some Cheetos, breaking the Cheeto. Not a Cheeto, sorry, the burrito. Print in place, 39 minutes, super fast, no supports, no assembly, built-in spring. Pretty fun. They got a bunch of other cool designs too.
Yeah, I think for last week, that little rocket.
Yeah, they got a big one too. The big one is can pick up a soda can.
Yeah.
A lot of makes. Very fun model.
Excellent look print.
Yeah, good.
The spring.
It's all printed in place. Yeah,
it's excellent. Freebies, giveaways.
Yeah.
In our case, for the kids.
Great for teaching mechanical design if you have like a class or something.
Yeah,
it's a great file. I think it's won an award or something. Yeah, featured model. Yeah, and it's exclusive. And you can download the 3MF, download the STL. Very cool. Filed in your toys and games. Yeah, very good. You can support them on Patreon if you want to see more designs from them. Give them a follow. And yeah, really digging Maker World. Cool. All right. I should probably release this. I didn't even tell you, Pedro, but I designed this. So I got these wire spools. These are silicone wires. I kind of already designed one a while ago, but these are these are the 26 gauge, so they're a little bit thicker because I needed some thicker wire. So I designed up this little kind of caddy for all the colors of our spools. So these are like these little mini spools, and it's a two-piece design. I got this what is this, like a dowel that just fits in there, and then I got this giant opening here to reduce on some of the waste, not the waste, but the material, just a simple backing so you could attach it to, I don't know, your Scottish pegboard or your wall. I just have it in a drawer. It just keeps them all compact because otherwise, it gets kind of messy when they're just loosely fitted inside. So yeah, I'll take some photos of this and put it up on our on one of our share sites. I don't think it needs to be a learn guide or anything, but yeah, it's just a simple design for these 26 gauge spools. Let me see if I could pull up the PIDs for this. I think it's just 26 AWG. Here we go. There it is. So these come in all these different colors. $5 for 25 feet of this wire. I really love this wire because it's silicone. It's heat resistant, and it's stranded wire, and it's thicker for those heavier, voltage projects. So it can go up to 600 volts. And PVC tends to wimp out, as it says here in the product description. But yeah, these are great. And then I made one for these 30 gauge, which is good for like buttons and stuff. But once you start doing some more voltagey stuff, like the stepper driver here, it needs a little bit more thicker wire. So that's why I I bought all the colors for this one, and yeah, they're really good, high quality wire. So I'll throw this up and share it. I guess later this week. Yeah, kind of loose too, so they can freely spin. And then folks can do remixes and stuff. If you want to add like some sort of holder thing.
Oh,
yeah, because I haven't actually used the wire yet. I'm like waiting to use it to document the wiring of this, because you do kind of want to use some thicker wire, at least for the voltage connections. So that's why I got red here. So yeah,
very nice.
Yeah, and it prints in like an hour, I think, because it's kind of big. It's yay big. I don't know, like 180 millimeters wide. So yeah, that's what I got. Kind of throwing it back to prototype shop talk kind of thing. Is that wire good for use in cable chains? I'm not sure what you mean by cable chains. Joseph on YouTube is asking. Let's see if there's any questions. Squid.jpg was literally fumbling around with the wire spools. This will be useful. Yeah, definitely. Then I will let you know when that's out.
Oh, Vince is saying this would be great for the pegboard.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Add a little pegboard.
Yeah. Maybe,
when I was going through IKEA, I did see. I was still freaking sick. Should have grabbed one of those pegboards, man. But,
yeah, they're great. I mean, you can order online.
They're all different sizes, right?
No, I think they have two sizes.
Standard?
It's pretty standard.
The small ones. I'm like, oh, that's perfect.
They have the small, then the full, and then you can double up on them. They come in two different colors, white and black, I believe.
I saw a plain board one too.
Oh, that's right. They do have a plain, like a wood kind of tone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, Skaddish is great. Yeah, I have two behind me to hold all my projects, at least the ones that I want to display.
I'll pick it up when we're there.
Yep. So many good
look at them, look at the finish and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Start figuring out where to put these.
Cool. All right. We have one community make this week. So let's go ahead and jump into community makes. The one and only this week. This was a post by Steamboat Ed on printables.com, and they made the Adafruit heatset press insert rig. Modified the heat set insert press. Here are the photos.
I thought it was a printer.
Yeah, this thing is really big. It looks like the base is adjustable, which is cool. I've not seen anyone do that before. The clamp is custom built for their soldering iron. The arms, there's double arms. The counterweight seems to be the same model, but everything else is really cool. You got a nice wooden base at the bottom there. And I guess some extra parts here. A lot going on here in the photo, but here's a better look at the base. It looks like it has kind of this edge here. It looks like it catches if any screws roll off the base.
Oh, I love that.
Some like bandsaw vibes here. And it looks like they're using a paracord for their thing. So really, really stellar. They got a comment here. It says, I've made a few changes to the original model. I've attached wires, or I'll attach files when I figure out how to do it. Changes are made. The table that can be adjusted up or down and swivel out of the way if you need. Arm has been lengthened to give greater reach. The clamp cover has been modified to include a set screw to keep the soldering iron from wobbling. That's a really good update. And you changed the roller plate, added a second roller handle, so it resembles a standard drill press. Excellent. I love seeing all these updates. There's so many makes of this project, and it's great that folks are making it themselves. You can, of course, purchase a pre-made one from Amazon, but folks like to make it suit their particular needs, especially when they're running like a small production run. So huge shout out to them. Steamboat Ed posting up a really stellar modified heatset insert press. Very good. And that's this week's community make. Good stuff.
Wrench Mine, Rick, and Dewester massively impressed with the size.
Yeah, right. Very good. Very good stuff. All right, folks. I think that's going to do it for us. Anything else you want to say?
I believe that is it.
Don't forget, we got a 10% off coupon code for folks that are watching the show. If you want to order your thing now, you get 10% off. Be sure to use our coupon code OLED menu at checkout. And then if you want, you can use the coupon code later today. It's good for the next 24 hours. Or use the Ask an Engineer coupon. Whichever one is fine. All right. So tonight, special edition show and tell is being hosted by Liz Clark. She'll be hosting tonight. This month, the next 3 weeks is going to be Adafruit special guest hosts. So this week, Liz Clark. The week after is JP, John Park. And then the week after John Park is actually me and you, or you and me, or just me, or just you, whichever one will be hosting.
One of us.
Yeah,
I'll be
the
there.
next 2 weeks. Cool. And then, of course, Ask an Engineer follows up show and tell at 8 p.m. If you want to join us for show and tell, you can join the Adafruit Discord a couple minutes before they go live. Liz will drop in the Discord link so you can join the StreamYard link, which is our hosting software, which is great. We love it. Thursdays is JP's workshop. So you tune in to JP's workshop every Thursday at 4 p.m. I was excited to see JP also got a bamboo printer last week. He was showing it off. He's got 2 AMSs. And I was like, wow, that's going to be cool to see some multicolor prints from John Park.
So cool.
And maybe we'll see some more 3D prints from John Park too.
Yeah.
Fridays. What's up?
Nope. It's the same thing I keep saying over and over again.
Yeah. John had a great kind of breakdown of going from an Ultimaker 2 to a bamboo is super hyper
tweaking
tech
nothing.
jump.
Oh no, it's my bed leveled.
Yeah. All right. Fridays is deep dive with either Tim, Foamy Guy, or Scott Shawcroft every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern or 2 p.m. Pacific. Not sure who's going to be doing it this week, but tune in, I think, on Ask an Engineer. We'll find out. And then that's Friday, and that's going to jump us to, I got a new banner here. I finally updated it from the desk of Lady Ada every Sunday. So far, they've been consistent at noon-ish Eastern time, which is great. And these are the graphics from the graphics for Lady Ada's stream. I'm digging this 8-bit stuff. They're working on a video game, which is pretty cool. So we got some 8-bit artwork. All right. I think that's going to do it. We'll be here next week with hopefully a new Learn Guide and some more fun models, CAD parts, you name it.
More cases, more prototyping.
Yep. All right, folks. Thank you so much for joining us live. We'll see you next week and hopefully tonight. But until next week, remember to
make
a
great
day. Bye, everybody.